Imagine this. You have the same job, the same desk or the same badge, the same schedule, the same paycheck you had last year. But when you apply for a mortgage, the bank suddenly acts like it has never met you. That's exactly what's happening to thousands of workers right now. And today I'm going to tell you why and what to do about it. I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Here's what's going on. Employers across the country are moving their people from W-2 employees to 1099 independent contractors. We see it everywhere right now. IT professionals, sales reps, drivers, consultants, and nowhere more than in medicine, where hospitals, medical groups, and staffing providers are converting nurses, imaging techs, therapists, nurse practitioners, even physicians. Same work, same hours, often more money, because the employer is no longer paying for benefits and payroll taxes. Now, that switch changes your taxes, your benefits, and your retirement planning. But here's the part almost nobody warns you about. It also changes how a mortgage lender sees you. The day your employer moves you to 1099, in the eyes of a traditional lender, you stopped being an employee and became a brand new business. And banks do not like brand new businesses. So why does that matter? A conventional loan wants to see 2 years of self-employed tax returns. 2 years. So picture a nurse who has worked the same cardiac unit for 11 years. In March, the hospital converts her to 1099. In June, she finds the perfect house. She walks into her bank, the same bank that has held her checking account for a decade, and they tell her, come back in 2 years. 11 years of experience, higher income than she had made last year. And the answer is no, not because she can't afford the house, because her paperwork changed categories. This is the difference between eligibility and suitability. And it is the heart of what a certified liability advisor does. The bank asks one question: does this person fit our box? The better question is, does this loan make sense for this person? A nurse with 11 years in the same field, a bigger paycheck than ever, is absolutely suitable. She just is not eligible under the old rules. So we changed the rules we play by. Enter the 1099 loan. Here's how it works. And I promise to keep the math simple. Instead of tax returns, the lender qualifies using your actual 1099 forms. The forms your employer or staffing agency already send you every January. The lender takes your gross 1099 income and applies a small expense factor, usually around 10%, to account for the cost of being a contractor. So if your 1099 show 160,000, the lender counts roughly 144,000 as qualifying income. No tax returns, no profit and loss statements, no explaining every write-off your CPA found for you. And that matters because the same write-offs that save you money in April are the ones that shrink your income on paper when a traditional lender reads your tax return. Now, here's the part that matters most if this just happened to you. Those programs typically want 1 to 2 years of 1099 income. But when you move from W-2 to 1099 doing the same job in the same field, that prior W-2 history counts in your favor. Lenders on these programs are looking for continuity, not a long history of running a business. A nurse who has a W-2 for 11 years and a 1099 for 1 is a very different story than someone who started freelancing last spring. The same goes for the IT contractor, the sales rep, the driver. Your track record did not disappear. We just have to put it in front of a lender who knows how to read it. So what does this mean for you? If your employer has moved you or is about to move you to 1099, do not assume you're locked out of buying a home. And please do not accept the first no from a bank that only has one box to put you in. Let me give you the honest fine print because you deserve the full picture, not a commercial. Expect a real down payment, usually somewhere in the 10 to 20% range. Expect the lender to want decent credit, generally in the mid 600s or better. Expect them to want a few months of payments in reserve. And yes, the rate on a 1099 loan usually runs just a little bit higher than a conventional loan. And here's where I will say the thing I always say. Strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. A slightly higher rate on a home you can buy today beats the perfect rate on a loan you cannot get for 2 more years. And here's the strategy part. Many of my clients use the 1099 loan as a bridge. Buy the home now, and once your tax returns catch up with your new life, we look at refinancing into a conventional new loan. You do not marry the rate, you marry the house. And yes, we do monitor the home for you. rsrlinks.com/myhome. rsrlinks.com/myhome, where we go there and we're constantly taking a look at what is the value of your property. We send you a valuation once a month. That's cool. But every week we're going to send you things to do in your area and discounts on the things that you're already using. One more thing, in this market, sellers are nervous about buyers with complicated income. That's exactly why we created the Certified Buyer Program. Before you ever write an offer, we fully verify your income, your credit, and your funds, so your offer lands on the seller's desk looking as solid as a cash buyer. For a 1099 professional, that certification is the difference between a seller hesitating and a seller signing. So here's the next step. Go to rsrlinks.com/certified buyer. rsrlinks.com/certified buyer. And you'll see how the Certified Buyer Program works and how to get certified before you fall in love with a house. Your employer changed your tax form. It did not change your ability to own a home. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to Mortgage 101, brought to you by rsrloans.com, rsrloans.com.